wondering, part 2. Then part 1 was in my is already up on my YouTube channel, where I went into making a sour cream cake. This is part 2 because I had to split it into 2 parts to allow for the time for the cake to bake. Anyway, let me get the cake out of the oven first before chatting, because it is ready. Give me 2 seconds. Oh, that looks good, y'all. Look at that. I'm just going to log in here so that I can see if anyone asked any questions. And just turn off my oven. Actually, turn that off. Yeah, so you can hear me a lot better. Oh, yes, I am live. Sorry for the technical issues. I actually wasn't sure if I'm live. Sorry, guys. Yeah, we are truly live. Okay, so the cakes are ready. And as a recap, in part 1, I did the cake batter. It's a sour cream cake. So if you missed it, go and have a look at it. I showed you the entire process of making this delicious sour cream cake, and I talked a lot about the different cake ingredients. So if you are new to cake baking and you struggle, then watch part 1. But part 2 is the great reveal. So these are the cake. Now, I know, look at that. That looks good, doesn't it? Yeah. So what I've got here is that this is a wire rack. And if you are a baking beginner and you don't have a wire rack, that is one tool that you should get. It's not often mentioned anywhere, and it took me a while. Actually, it was when I went for a course that I discovered why it's important to have a wire rack. And that's because it is used to allow your cakes to cool down. I'm just going to adjust the angle just so that you can see a bit more on the cake and not so much of my window, even though the view is good, if I may say so. Yeah, that's a lot better. So this is a wire rack, and when you take your cake out of the oven, leave it for a minute or 2 to cool down before taking it out. But what you don't want to do is leave your cakes in the cake tin to cool down. Because what happens is a hot cake, when things get cooled down, you have all that steam and all that condenses into moisture. If your cake is still in the cake pan, that moisture is just going to collect there. And where is it going to go? Inside your cake, and it's going to make your cake soggy. So unless your recipe specifically says that, because there are some cake recipes where actually you want to allow it to cool in the cake. If it says that, that's fine. But in general, unless your cake recipe specifically says leave to cool in the tins, you shouldn't. You leave it for like maximum 5 minutes, just so that it's cool enough that it will come out clean and that it's not going to be too hot to handle. But then you need to transfer it onto something. Like I was saying, before I discovered a wire rack, I would put it onto a plate. But again, that moisture is going to collect all in there. But if you use a wire rack, because it's got the spaces and the holes, air can circulate nicely around your cake so that it doesn't get soggy and it can dry and it can, you know, it can cool down properly and nicely. Another tool, but if you don't have, is a palette knife. This is a straight palette knife. Now, you should also look at my video. I have a full video where I talk about all the essential tools for baking beginners, and it's really, really good. Not because it's my video, but because I kind of tell you like this is the bog standard tools that you need, so that if you're starting out, you know exactly what to buy, so you're not wasting money on things that are perhaps not as essential. So it's cooled down for a minute because I talk a lot and I've been talking for quite a while. So what I do is use the straight palette knife just to gently run that on the edges, just to loosen it up. Now, the success of whether your cake comes out nice and clean is not now. It's right at the start on how you prep your cake tin. If you don't prep your cake tin properly, then your cake will stick to the cake tin, and when you tip it out, it won't come out in one go. Now, at the start of the video, I didn't show that part because it's a long process doing a live and I don't want you to get all bored, but I have a video where I show you how to prep your cake tin, the method that I use, because there are lots of different methods and they're all just as good. Some work well for each person. Just pick one. If you want to pick my one, that's good. I'll put it in the description section later on, but make sure that you prep your cake tin. If you don't prep your cake tin, your cake is not going to come out in one whole bit, and that's just like a waste of your time. So we've done all that, and the reason why I stick with my method, which is I use butter on the sides and the bottom, and I put parchment paper and I put a sprinkling of flour, is that it works every single time. So again, just running that through, just to loosen any stock on, and then click. And just like that. Look at that, it came out cleanly. This method works every single time. Give me 2 seconds, I'm going to get a second wire rack so I can flip it and I can show you the actual cake. Yeah, I have 2 wire racks actually. I probably think that I need a third one because if I make lots of cakes, I need it for that. So here is a wire rack in detail. It literally is just a wire rack. Actually, if you have something that looks like this, DIY something, that would work quite well. So this is what you need. This is an essential tool. I don't think I put it in my video because I didn't have it at the time with me, but a wire rack. If nobody's told you before, let me be the first to tell you, you need to get a wire rack so that you can cool your cakes on in. And let's have a closer look. Actually, let's bring the video down. So there we have it. That's a nice, delicious sour cream cake there for you. If you've got any questions, you can comment. Or if you have any video requests, or if you have any ideas for live, I'm all ears. I hope I'll be able to do many more lives because I've actually enjoyed it. So thank you so much for joining me in my live. I'm going to cut so that we can see the inside, because the proof of a great cake is the inside. You see that? Look at that crumb structure. Nice, soft, and delicious. So this is a sour cream cake. Super easy to make. Taste absolutely delicious. As you can see, it's a nice soft cake. Make this for yourself. You love this. Make this for your next celebration. You love it. I hope that you try it out. If this doesn't sound like your cup of tea, then try out one of my many other cake recipes. Thank you for joining my live. Hi, Bettina Lambert. Thank you for joining my live. Make sure you subscribe if you've got any questions, comments, and stuff. Drop it in the comments, and hopefully, I will be able to be doing live baking and live cake decorating sessions for you guys. Thank you, and have a good rest of your day if you are in this side of the world, or have a good night if it's night where you are. Till next time. Happy baking.